All right. Yo, yo, 1 2 1 2. You already know what it is. It's the one and only hip hop gamer, Hot 97, Logitech G, NBA 2K League, baby, is going down. Now, look, I told y'all, NVIDIA is crazy. They just changed the entire industry with one update. Like literally, revolutionized the industry with one update, and that update is DLSS 2.0. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to unpack here. We're going to talk about everything. You know what I'm saying? So get ready and get hyped. You already know how it goes down. Let me know if everything looks good and sounds good so we can keep things rolling, all right? Now, first, I got my man Brian. Yo, Brian, please introduce yourself and let everybody know, who you are, what's going on.
Hey, I'm Brian Burke. I'm a PR guy at NVIDIA, and I've been here for about 20 years.
What? It's been 20 years?
In October will be 20 years. And I was with 3DFX before that. So I've been doing PR for GPUs for close to 25 years, almost 30 years now. It's been a long time. It's been a fun ride. Seen a lot of good stuff.
Yo, that's crazy. Oh, yo, real quick before I go to you, Rajal. So shout out to Corey, shout out to Artificially Intelligent in the chat right now. He said he uses NVIDIA. He uses it right now. So this is crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man, yo, this is hype. Yo, we hype right now. Shout out to Jeremy Fox, T-Rev. So this is crazy. So now look, also we have my man Rajal. Rajal, please let him know who you are, what you do, and why you're amazing, bro.
So my name is Rajal, and I work in GeForce Technical Marketing at NVIDIA. I haven't been here as long as Burke has, but I've been here for 6 years, and it's been a great experience, and I love learning more and more, and I have been learning more and more. So it's been great here. So.
Dope.
Yeah,
this is crazy. Yo, shout out to Danny Martin. Danny Martin is in the building. He represents Geek Leets. So this is crazy right now. Oh my, yo, everybody here right now. What you was about to say, Brian?
Part of Raj's job is to play all the new games that are coming out, even sometimes before they come out. So he's got
I can't complain about that.
He's got a pretty good gig.
Wow, that's crazy. So everybody's talking about the RTX Titan Tensor cores right now. So look, first question, Rajal, this is how we setting it off. DLSS 2.0. Like for those that don't know what it is, break down what it actually is, for them, and break down what it does. For them.
So basically DLSS, it's powered by RTX tensor cores, and DLSS, it's a new and improved deep learning neural network that boosts our frame rates, and at the same time, it generates beautiful images, sharp images for your games, So it gives you the performance headroom to maximize your frame rates, and also at the same time, you can crank up your settings and your resolution and have high frame rates and have high visual quality.
Yo, so now, I'm gonna tell you, I gotta let everybody know how this all came about. So DLSS 1.0 came out, and we used that, experienced that. And although I saw a boost in performance from a frame rate standpoint, we didn't see a boost in performance from the graphical quality. You know what I'm saying? It was blurry, like smudged, and I was like, oh man, it played better, but it didn't look better. So it was like, yo, back to native, right? So then when DLSS 2.0 came out, a lot of people were skeptical. You know what I mean? But I'ma tell you right now, word to everything. I put on control, right? And when I saw it, I had to make sure I wasn't lying to myself, all right? I had to make sure this was accurate. So when control came on, I was like, hold up, this looked crazy. It's performing great. It's crazy. I'd never seen it like this before. And then I went to the settings and I was like, yo, I'm in 1440p right now, rendering at 1440p. But it looked like 4K. So I did a test. Everybody that's listening right now, this is one of the most important things I'm about to tell you. So I did the test with native 4K. So I turned DLSS off just to see what it looked like in native 4K again. And then when I went back to 1440p, because that's the quality setting, it looked better than the native image. It had this extra pop or something, like this extra resolution boost. So my question to you regarding DLSS, now that that's reality, what does this mean for the actual market? You know what I mean? For graphics cards now, because if you get a graphics card that can handle 1440p, you can actually produce a higher level of clarity and resolution without taking the performance hit. How does this change the actual industry for PC gaming overall?
I'll take that one. So
Okay.
when we came out at Gamescom 2018, we brought out the RTX line, and we kind of envisioned it as this 1-2 punch.
Okay.
The first punch is ray tracing. Ray tracing, we looked at it and we said, look, if we want to get to the next step in graphics in computer games, we've been using shaders for 10, 15 years. We invented shaders. We think shaders are great. We've done some incredible things with them, but at some point that technology gets tapped out.
Right.
So if we want to take it to the next level, you got to find a way to do it. And we knew that new way was ray tracing because we go to the movies and we can see, what it's doing in movies.
Yeah.
And anybody asks that says, hey, what's the best way to do lighting in 3D rendering? They're going to tell you ray tracing. Boom. The issue was it the right technique? The issue was that we couldn't get it to go fast enough in real time. Movies can go and they can render a frame. They can take all day to render one frame and then stitch the frames together and they have a movie. We have to do that same amount of work in 1/60th of a second, depending on what FPS you're running at.
Right.
So we creative ways to tackle that problem.
Wow.
So we found some new ways to do ray tracing. So we knew that was a way to go. We did a lot. We had to do a lot of homework to get it. It's been a long journey, because you got to make it an industry standard because it can't be just NVIDIA. So you have to make it an industry standard. You've got to work with the game engine guys, make it easy for the game developers to add it into the games. You got to have an install base that makes it attractive. So we've sold, over 10 million right now, over 10 million GPUs that are ray tracing enabled. So the ray tracing was part of it. The issue with ray tracing was it was really hard. It was a big performance tax. And when we first brought out ray tracing, people saw it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people liked it, but you know what? Let's face it. Anything you do to make your game look better graphically comes at a performance cost. If you want to increase your image quality by raising resolution, your FPS goes down. If you want to increase your image quality, your frame rate goes down. So that's just math. That's just math. We can't think of math, but that's how it goes.
Wow.
So the other part of that equation was DLSS, because we have AI stuff that we do with cars and science and all kinds of cool stuff, and we were like, how can we apply this to games? So what we decided is if we could figure out a way to use AI to kind of predict what a frame's supposed to look like and save some of that rendering time, we could get some of that frame rate back. So the concept behind DLSS was turn on ray down, turn on DLSS, frame rate goes back up, and hopefully you'll hit somewhere playable.
Gotcha, yo.
That was the idea behind it. But it's hard. It's really hard to do. I mean, we're talking about, if I would have came to you 5 years ago and said, hey, you're going to play a game, it's going to be called Control. It has real-time ray tracing in it. It's going to be ray traced global illumination, shadows, and reflections. You would have looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah.
Ray tracing was always the way to do it, but we could never get there. So we had to figure out a way to do it because we like tackling hard problems in it. That's our game. The higher the graphics quality bar is, the better we like it because that's where we play. We play really good in places that we can add value, and we're going to draw things the same way we've drawn them for 15 years and do it 10, 20% faster. That's not a lot of value add there. A lot of value add, and I'm going to take AI, I'm going to apply it to games, and I'm going to take ray tracing and do it in real time, and because we want our games to look like movies.
Yeah, absolutely. And now since you said that, my next question would be, I know DLSS 2.0 just came out, but now that you got this step, taken care of and stuff, one thing I want you to clarify, because I saw a video talking about how y'all got the technology to where it won't have to be a per game basis. It can be throughout like any game. So I'll give you an example. If you go to the control panel at NVIDIA, right, you can have certain settings that works across the board, like, system wide. Can we expect that with DLSS 2.0 as well, to the point where no matter what game we play, like Resident Evil 3 remake just came out, like that don't have the DLSS 2.0 in it. But if it was a part of just the standard development control panel, then we'll be able to use it. Will we see that level of growth with DLSS 2.0?
We are always looking for ways to make our technologies better and make our technologies usable for the most amount of people. I'll put it that way, because I can't really talk about future stuff that's not announced and where we're going. So
Got you.
I'll tell you, but with DLSS going from 1 to 2, what did change was for DLSS 1, we would have to take a game, Battlefield 5, put it on a supercomputer and run it over and over and over and over and over and over, train our neural network so that it could pick up a lot of data,
right,
and predict what the next frame is going to look like. So what has changed from going from 1 to 2 is that now we don't have to train just that game. It's more of an overall, a training method, because what we learned was when we trained Battlefield, we learned a lot of stuff that applied to Shadow 2.
Wow.
So we took that same, we didn't start from 0 at Shadows of the Tomb Raider. We started kind of above 0 because we learned some stuff from Battlefield. So what we've done is we have a more generic training model now. So it takes a lot of that stuff and it applies it to more games. It's easier to train. Gives us the ability to bring out DLSS 2 at launch rather than, because it's hard to get somebody to hit the game launch, give me your game, run.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So that's hard to do. So if we have this more generic training model, it allows us to market faster. Gamers because it gets the products out faster. It's better for game developers because there's not as much specialized training.
Got you.
Require the game developer to integrate that because there's a lot to it. This is hard to do. So we've got to have help and some hooks in the game for the game developers to allow us to do this. So we're not at the point where it's just on and off like anti-aliasing is. A nice goal, and it's not something that we haven't considered at NVIDIA, but right now for 2, that's not where we're at. So we've got 4 games right now that use it. We've got Control, Wolfenstein,
MechWarrior,
and MechWarrior.
Yeah.
So we've got those. Those are the games that use it right now. But the good news is that it's easier for game developers to integrate it into their games, and they don't have to do the specialized training of just their game. We're also working with the game engine guys to get it added to the game engine, which is another easy way for game developers to get it.
Yo, this is amazing.
Our first goal was to get it right, and DLSS 1, we figured out it was a lot harder than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I feel like we've got it right with DLSS 2, and the people who looked at it like you are amazed because we can actually render image, the same image quality as native or close to it with half the pixels. So if you want to render 4K, you need 2,000 pixels to do it with. And that is a huge difference in performance, as you already know. So it's difficult tricks. We've given users more control. So there's a balance, performance, and quality mode. So they have control over kind of how the AI is applied, to their screen, so they can kind of dial it in the way that they want it. And it's been huge. The reviews, like you said, have been fantastic. It looks really good. We're super proud of it. It's been a hard journey. Anytime you try to make a change in the industry, especially gamers, because gamers are vocal and passionate, and they love it. They love games, man. But we're the same way. We just want them to get better. And
absolutely.
Anytime you try to make that turn, it's always a slow turn because there's a lot of resistance from a lot of different areas. Like right now, NVIDIA GPUs are the only ones that can do ray tracing, but ray tracing is not particular to NVIDIA. Any DirectX 12 Ultimate compatible GPU could do these effects. And it's
so check this out. So check this out because here's a two-parter question, and then we're about to go to another topic, right? There's a two-parter question. So you just said that NVIDIA GPUs are the only GPUs that could do ray tracing. So is that like an actual? Is that actually true? Because I know there's some people over at AMD that will say something different. So I want to make sure everything is cleared up. So I gotta have you answer that one. And then the second thing is, in the comment section, a lot of people was asking if DLSS 2.0 to 3.0 would probably help with better AI in video games in terms of the NPCs and the people that you fight. So that's the two questions.
I got them both.
Okay,
so,
let's go.
Send me a link on Newegg where I can buy any other GPU.
Whoa, you cut out. You gotta say that again.
Yeah. There we go.
Send me a link on Newegg where I can buy another GPU other than NVIDIA's that supports ray tracing, and I'll buy it and I'll check it out. But until then, NVIDIA is the only GPU you can buy right now that supports DirectX 12 Ultimate.
Woo! Okay, all right.
That's the way I can answer that question.
Yo, that's real talk. And then the next part of the question was, DLSS 2.
AI.
Yeah, 2.0 to 3.0, will we see increase in AI?
The key for expanding AI in video games is less just DLSS 2.0 and more the specialized cores that are inside RTX GPUs that allow you to execute that neural network really, really fast. But the
okay.
DLSS works is you train this neural network and it gives you this little suite that you download when you download our drivers that says, okay, when you're running control, she's always got the gun on the screen. I know what the gun looks like, so you don't have to render that gun. You can use previous frames to render the gun, and it saves you a little time. And there's little things that neural network tells you. Here are the shortcuts you can take to get that performance up to where you want it to be, make the image quality to look better. So but it's a small packet. I mean, it's kilobytes. It's not very big at all. So tensor cores are not, and I can't talk a whole lot about it because we're getting into stuff, but the tensor cores are not just limited to DLSS. DLSS is just the first form of AI that we apply to video games, but there are other things you can do in video games, and if they run on a neural network, tensor cores run neural networks really, really fast.
Yo, Brian, I'm gonna tell you right now. Listen, when the world get to a better situation, I gotta give you a big hug. You too, Rajal, because I know you, Brian. I know you, B. I know you, B. So I know this. I know you're working on something crazy. All right, cool. All right, we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that.
We got a lot of guys that are passionate about it.
We're gonna leave it at that. So
we want to get better.
So now my next question, and this is dealing with just next generation gaming period. So the next I know you have the PlayStation 5 coming, you got the Xbox Series X coming, and you have I'm pretty sure the next RTX cards, in the 30 series, however y'all go about it, I know that's gonna come too as well. So my question for y'all is, y'all achieved a lot with this line, even with the RTX Supers. Like y'all achieved a lot. So going on to the next, generation of what RTX wants to bring, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because that video that y'all showed with Star Wars with the reflection video, and there was another video where the dude flew out and it was amazing, and then y'all proved and showed that it was real time. It was amazing. So what type of impact NVIDIA is looking to make with their next generation cards? And what I mean by that is, like, from a percentage, what type of percentage of growth will we see? Like, 20, 30, 40% better than what we got now? Because with what I'm seeing with DLSS, I can only imagine the next level. And when I mean the next level, like, will y'all be able to pull off, like 8K resolutions now, or 4K 120 easier, considering there's so much frame rate that y'all save with DLSS doing what's capable of doing? So talk to me about that if you can.
I can't talk about stuff that we haven't announced yet. If you want to talk about stuff that's going to happen but if you want to talk about stuff that's happening now, I can help you out a lot. So you're just going to have to just imagine what it's going to be like. But I mean, 8K is doable. With something like, especially with something like DLSS applied to a game. I mean, if you're only using half the pixels, that's a win. That's a win for gamers. NVIDIA is, we're always looking for ways to make games better. We like to challenge ourselves and do things that are incredibly hard so we can add value there. We talked about that earlier. 20%, 10% faster, that's not our goal. Dramatic changes and shifts in technology is our goal, and we like to lead it, and we think it kind of pulls the rest of the industry along with it. I mean, you hear folks like Microsoft and Sony talking about adding ray tracing now to the gaming console.
Yeah.
We've been working on it for 2 years and really, really, really hard. And it was an uphill battle. But now stuff comes to the consoles. I think that's good for gamers. I think it's. And I don't know if they had gone that route if we hadn't gone the route that we have. I can't speak to it.
No, I feel that. Being a leader is being a leader.
Yeah.
Like, being a leader is being a leader. That comes with with the territory. So now, my next question is, y'all made the announcement of the new laptops that y'all rolling out and stuff like that. So with these new laptops, to me, especially with DLSS now, I'm so excited about that. How does these new laptops stack up against, like, not just so much your previous laptops, but how does these new laptops help the industry as a whole? And the reason why I'm asking that is because with with the technology that y'all building, it seems like the barrier of entry is getting easier in terms of financial. You know what I mean? Because think about it, like instead of buying a RTX 2080 Ti, if you can't afford that, then I could probably get the RTX 2060. It's cheaper, but because of DLSS, I can still achieve certain performance levels that normally I couldn't achieve before. So now I'm saving money.
That's
like, you
it.
understand what I'm saying?
That's
So
it.
these new
Yes, that's
laptops,
exactly
so these new laptops that's coming out, how are these new laptops going to change the game? And before you answer that, I want to give a shout out to Khalil. They represent Decoy Games, so they actually made a game called Swim Sanity that's on PC. So we actually going to use the NVIDIA cards on their game. So that's crazy. Shout out to Aziza. She runs Dynamic Focus, which is an esports fighting team. It's crazy. So I had to shout them out because they in here showing y'all love. So yeah. So but anyway, back to the question. These new laptops, man, how they gonna change the game? Talk to me, man.
Raj,
you can get that.
I know you. I mean, well, you pretty much answered it too. Like, you know, like it's they're nice, they're thin, they're light, they're more available. They're, you know, there's a price range for everybody, right? And it's not just for making gaming available for everybody. It's also for creators as well too, streamers.
Yeah, we've got laptops for that. I think the key behind this new laptop is super GPUs, so you get a little more GPU horsepower. We've also tweaked the way that a laptop is the interior design of a laptop. Your desktop PC, you know, it's big, it's glass, it's got all these fans. You can keep sticking fans on it. You can water cool it. You can't do a laptop. So we've taken the interior core and the way that it's designed and the way that people implement that core, which allows dramatically better level of cooling and make the laptops again thin. Because I mean, nobody wants a laptop that's thick. You gotta have a nice laptop, and if you can get a nice thin laptop that can play all these games, you can take it anywhere. And again, it's about getting people that you can.
Gotcha.
So the more people that have it, the easier it is for you to walk into Game Developer X and say, "Hey, Game Developer X, add this to your hot new title," because look how many people can play it.
Yeah, no, I love it. I'm telling you,
It's all a big process to get this technology moving forward. You got to have the hardware, you got to have the software, you got to have the tools to create the games. You got to have the hardware in the hands of people who want it. So there's a whole lot that goes into making that big, slow change that we talked about.
Yeah. So now, Aziza Brown, she said that the laptops helps us because when they go mobile, they could do mobile gaming tournaments on your laptops. So shout out to Aziza on that one. Yeah. When we can travel again. So now, here's a major question, right? And this ties into GeForce Now and Xbox Play Anywhere. So with Xbox, Play Anywhere and their like Game Pass and everything, they got Game Pass Ultimate. So I use Game Pass Ultimate and I play, it on PC and stuff like that. So my question to you is, when it comes to Xbox Play Anywhere and xCloud and GeForce Now, shout out to my man Paris from Gaming Tag Radio. He just posted on Twitter talking about the latency and how NVIDIA's GeForce Now is the best service that he's using right now between xCloud and any other service like that. So is there anything that you can talk about regarding GeForce Now that we can expect for 2020 in terms of any type of update, any type of new things that's going to take it to the next level? Because if it's like this now, and y'all doing all the other things with machine learning, I can only imagine how more impactful GeForce Now is going to be to your business. Is there anything you can say to that?
It's a really good supplement, and we don't look at it really as a replacement of PC game, because I'm going to have my PC and I'm going to have it over here. That's what I'm going to play on. But it's a really, really good supplement to that PC experience. And for the Mac, if you have a Mac, I mean, you were dead in the water for gaming for a long, long time. But now you can go and play all these games on GeForce Now on your Mac, and it's super cool. And the fact that it's tied into your library and Steam and all that stuff, it's so we've got the foundation for a really, really good cloud gaming network. And I think now it's just a matter of making tweaks and working out some of the deals with developers and just getting more games and better features. I mean, You're gonna want things like ray tracing. You're gonna want things like.
I was just going to ask you that. Like, will we get a chance to have those hardware experiences that we have now in the cloud with GeForce Now?
We are always looking for ways to make gaming better. We can't talk about it.
You know what? Yo, Brian gets on my nerves, man. He do it all the time. Listen, let me tell y'all something.
I told you before we started, we can't talk about stuff.
Yo, Brian, he makes this little smile, this little smirk, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I love you anyway. It's all good.
I can see it coming a mile away. As soon as you start, I'm like, here he goes.
Yeah, he's been in the league too long. He's been in the league too long. That's what it is. All right, so now my next question is, and this is more of just like, it's a gamer fan question, but I have to ask it because obviously this is a game we're going to be able to experience on a PC because of, Xbox Play Anywhere. At the Game Awards, when they revealed the Xbox, they also showed Hellblade 2. And they showed it saying that this is a game built for the Xbox Series X and it's running in engine. You know what I'm saying? They didn't say, they didn't show gameplay, somebody playing, but it was running in engine. But it looked like, yo, if that's what we're going to be playing, I'm scared. I'm blown away. So my question to you, like, a lot of people out there is excited, but then there's a lot of people that's skeptical and doubt that we can achieve that level of graphics. From a game development standpoint and just the power of the cards that y'all got and what y'all coming with, is that, when you look at that Hellblade 2 video, do you feel confident enough to say that gaming, with the engines and everything we got now, gaming will hit that mark next generation and you'll be able to play that on your next NVIDIA RTX card? You'll be able to play that level of quality.
The folks that make Hellblade, they do a phenomenal job. Hellblade 1 was a beautiful game. And,
loved it.
If you went and looked at some of like the Ansel screenshots that people took, Ansel, which is our screenshot tool, I mean, they were beautiful. Those guys do a really, really good job. I really feel like kind of the unsung hero, maybe recently, I think it was last month, that people overlooked, that is really going to go a long way into raising far inside games, is the fact that DirectX 12 Ultimate is an API that is shared between console and PC. So, as a developer, and I want to add ray tracing to the game, and I know I can play it on all the RTXs and all the Xboxes that have been sold, there's less of a barrier for me to add those cool technologies. So if you want to add things like ray tracing, mesh shaders, and all the other technology DirectX 12 rolled up, that's what's gonna raise the overall graphics, the graphics platform, the bar up higher. It's going to be a really, really big benefit in consoles, because I can put stuff in PC first. Because you're a PC guy, right? It comes to PC first, and then it comes to console. But if they playing field, that's good for consoles, and it's good for NVIDIA, because the harder it is, the more graphics horsepower it takes, the higher that bar is raised. That's where we like to play. That's where we excel. So let's raise the graphics bar for everybody, and we'll raise it even further for
Woo, I like that. So I got a couple more questions, and then we're going to wrap this up. Now, my next question is this. When it comes to the overall gaming market, what do you feel it like separates yourself from the rest of the competition, whether it's AMD, Intel, like whatever it is, like even consoles, whatever it is? What does NVIDIA do that you feel separates itself from everybody else, so y'all can remain the leaders in the gaming space?
You want to take it, Rush?
Well, right now, the first thing I can say is our ability to do, accelerated ray tracing with our ray tracing cores and our tensor cores within gaming. I would say right off the bat, that is what separates us from the rest.
Yeah, we talked about it. We talked about it before.
Right.
We can add value, and there's not a competing on price doesn't add a lot of value. Doesn't add a lot of value. Ray tracing, artificial intelligence, that adds a lot of value. We like to tackle problems that are really, really hard, because we know that if we set stretch goals for ourselves, and our goal is here, and if we only hit here, we're still better off than if we ain't here. And we're not afraid to fail. Something preach in NVIDIA is don't be afraid to fail.
I love that. I love that you said that because
you can't be afraid to fail.
Yeah.
We have to push the boundaries.
Every invention out there had a dozen prototypes that didn't work until they got it right.
Yeah.
But once you get, if nobody ever tries to get it right, and if everybody's afraid to fail, nobody's ever going to achieve it. So set big goals for yourself. If you set a stretch goal and you don't make that goal, but you get real close to it, you're still better off than if you lower your, right? So that's the whole attitude that we have in NVIDIA, and we appreciate years.
That's amazing. So now, one of the things that was very interesting to me was, like, you see how Horizon Zero Dawn is now confirmed coming to PC and stuff like that, and also that was a PlayStation exclusive, but now it's coming to PC. Then you look at Death Stranding and stuff like that, and that's coming to PC June 6th, I believe, and stuff like that. So let me ask you this, because then there was also rumors that God of War could be coming to PC. We never know, but that's like my favorite franchise. I would love to see what that's like. Like, what? That'd be crazy. So let me ask you a question. Because we seeing these things happening, and because of the techniques that y'all created, PC gaming is going to be easier to get into. And everybody's wanting to get into it because of the creation, the mods, the streaming, like everything that it does, even business. Everybody wants to get in. So now my major question to you is, if Sony, approached y'all and was like, hey, I know they're working with AMD right now on their chipset, but if Sony, approached y'all and was like, yo, we want to take our first party games now, and we want them to be a part of the PC world, and we know that NVIDIA is leading in that area with the technology that you got and stuff like that. If there was a potential of some sort of partnership, some sort of NVIDIA driven partnership or whatever, like, is that something that would be interesting to y'all, or would y'all just be like, nah, we PC and we at another level, so there's no need for us to do it?
We don't really look at it like that. I mean, we look games. And I play PC games, and that's where I play PUBG, and that's what I love. If I'm gonna play Madden, I play on the console. There's games that we play on our phones.
Gotcha.
There's game. I mean, whatever device you have, there's games that you play on. So we look at it as gamers are gamers, and we just want to make games better.
Gotcha.
If we can lead the pack and drag everybody along with us, great. If somebody approaches us and it makes sense, we're not against helping them. I mean, we've got a developer relations team that's 350 people strong. These are engineers that know what they're doing. We send them over to places like Remedy, and they live there for months at a time and help those guys with ray tracing.
Wow.
DLSS, and they actually embed themselves in there. We got this huge set of tools that we give out. Just give it away for free. We've got sample code. If you want fire, hair, water, come get it, download it, put it in your game.
What?
That's how you get games like Deliver Us the Moon, and there was a game that came out with ray tracing called Stay in the Light. It was literally one guy created it. He's an indie guy, and he used his GTX card to create the game because he didn't have an RTX. But we have drivers now that let you do ray tracing on the GT. And we saw him in a Reddit thread or in a forum thread on our developer, and he's like, "Hey, I need people to beta test my game. I wrote this game. Can you help check it out?" And we were like, "Who is this guy?" We reached out to him, and he used in a very novel way, actually. He used ray tracing as core gameplay. Because the concept behind Stay in the Light is you have these randomly generated dungeons. There's a monster that follows you, and you can put him in the mirror. And if he's in the mirror, it's kind of like freeze tag. He can't move while he's in the mirror, but if he's not in the mirror, right? So you freeze him when he's in the mirror. So if you have a randomly generated dungeon, hard to bake in reflections for something you don't. So he used ray tracing to do that in real time because the light bounces the way it's supposed to do, and it showed the reflection the way it was. So you literally have to have a ray tracing card to play that game.
Wow, that's crazy.
Do that because we've got this big rolling ball of butcher knives that works with game developers, and we just enable them. And even if take your game, use our stuff, and just make a cool game. And that's kind of where we're at. Cool games from other places.
Yeah, I got two more I got two more hard hitting questions,
Uh-oh.
and this is
They're not
about to be
the
real.
future, are they? They're
You
not
ready?
about the future.
So y'all ready? Like, I hope everybody in the audience is ready. Okay. So my next question is this: I know that y'all have G-Sync enabled, TVs and G-Sync enabled monitors and stuff like that, right? Because it's supposed to eliminate the screen tearing and make everything smooth. Because one thing about me, my game's got to be smooth. Like when I pan around, I don't want no blur, I want that joint to be crispy, right? So here's my question, right? I know a lot of people like to play with like V-Sync off. So like while they're playing, their frame rate is going from 100 to 99 to 98 to 120. Like, it's bouncing all around. But sometimes it could create these little micro stutters because the frame rate is shifting too much. So is it possible, or is it something that y'all potentially could work on where no matter what the frame rate is, like even if it's a frame rate that's 60 frames per second and then it drops to 55 and then go back up to 60 or whatever it is, where you can have G-Sync at the software level, in terms of like machine learning, so that regardless of what screen you're playing on, no matter what it is, as long as you have like G-Sync 2.0, like whatever it is you want to call it, G-Sync, something like that, it will always be smooth and it will never tear, regardless of what TV screen you have and regardless of like the frame timing that's happening. Is that something possible? Because that's, to me, would be another breakthrough in technology, because that's something that I can't stand, seeing micro stutters in games. Micro stutters is frustrating. Go ahead.
It is very frustrating, and I mean, you're asking. I mean, that's a hard. I can't talk about the future. That's talking any screen in the world. I don't control every screen in the world.
That's the tough part over there, right?
That's hard, right?
Yeah, because all the other screens. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Raj.
All the other screens would need to be able to have VRR, or variable refresh rates, as well too, right? In order to adjust to what the frame rate of your game is. So that's why we have G-Sync, right? Is so we can talk to our GPU and adjust its refresh rate according to what the frame rate is.
Oh, okay.
I don't control every screen in the world, but I do have a G-Sync program, and if you buy G-Sync monitor and you buy an NVIDIA card, you're going to get that smooth experience that you're looking for. Right now, that's the best I can do. I can't control every.
Yeah, so the reason why I asked that question is because, and that's why I said at the software level, because let's say you are on a screen that doesn't have G-Sync, that doesn't have variable refresh rate, but through the software of the card and playing the game, it will perform as if it did. And I think.
Why don't you write that up, and I'll help you get a patent, and then.
See.
There we talking.
There we talking. But I think that
I guess you on the patent.
Like I said, I had to hit you with that tough question. So that was the first tough question. So now the second tough question is, Minecraft ray tracing is phenomenal. And when I saw you at E3, it was E3, right? Last year, when I saw you and you showed me Quake, right? It was Quake that you showed me. Ray traced and
fast trace Quake.
Yeah, when you showed me that, I was like, yo, this is crazy. So now what I want to ask y'all is, I know before you was telling me that the source code would have to be open for you to just go in there and do it and mess around because everybody got their license and stuff like that. But is there a way where like let's say a developer didn't add ray tracing to the game, but you got software built within your NVIDIA toolset that every game could have like ray tracing activated just by as a standard, even if a developer didn't go in and change it or did anything to the code, just naturally it'll be able to happen across the board in terms of ray tracing inside every game. Is that something realistic?
We're moving forward, I think. I mean, if you follow the industry the way you do, ray tracing that's the direction that everybody's going. I mean, you've already talked about the people who are going to be supporting ray tracing. If you look at all, if you look at the list of games that are out there that support ray tracing, it's the who's of gaming franchises from Cyberpunk to Shadows to Battlefield to Call of Duty. I mean, that's how they're going to be done. And so I don't know that we're going to have to worry about every game. At some point, 12, I think, it just takes time for them to get there. As far as the old games, I mean, we've already talked about, we've got the Lightspeed Studios. We've embraced this kind of old technology. If you're looking for a game and you have a game that you want, hit us up. Let us know. dbark@nvidia.com. I'll pass it along. But we've got a Lightspeed Studio, and that's what they're working on things like Quake and adding ray tracing to some of these older games. And we got some really cool stuff coming out that we can't talk about quite yet, but they're on the horizon. We got some titles that I think you're going to be really, really excited about. And if a developer has a game out there and they're saying they want to spice it up and maybe get some more sales for it and get another round of revenue, we would love to help them add ray tracing to their game, especially if it's a cool triple that people follow and love. Hit us up. We're here to help. And we got it. Like I said, we got 350 engineers sitting by the phone waiting for you to call.
Wow. Yo, this is crazy. So look, man, this has been epic. What's some of the games that y'all, fans want to know too? What's some of the games that y'all playing right now? Like just
that we're playing.
Yeah, some of the games that y'all just playing right now.
I just finished Ori and the Will of the Wisp, one of the.
No spoilers, no spoilers.
No spoilers, but all I'm gonna say, hey, when you play it, you're gonna love it. I got some of my coworkers to play it, and they loved it too. So, one of my favorite games so far.
Got you. Yo, Brian, what you playing right now, bro?
I'm a battle royale guy, dude. I'm still stuck.
There you go.
And don't laugh at me. I love PUBG.
No, you cut out. You cut out again. All right, wait, say it again because you had cut out for a second. Call of Duty? Yo, Call of Duty. Yo, that Warzone, baby. Call of Duty Warzone. That joint is fire.
I like it. But I keep going back to, I don't know. I keep going.
I don't know. Oh, all right, cool. All right, there you go. It was cutting in out a second. So now look, I love y'all. God bless. This has been incredible. Thank y'all so much for y'all time. Like, this was insane.
Yeah, thank you for having us, man. Stay safe out there.
Definitely. Always, man. So listen, real quick. Oh, shout out to Corey. He said great stream. I'm about to get out of here, but if y'all have any questions, you got like 2-3 minutes, but you gotta stay on topic of ray tracing or DLSS or like what they can actually answer. So like
technology stuff I can talk about. Future stuff I can't talk about.
Yeah. So if there's anything that y'all want to ask, type it in the chat right now. Right now, type it in the chat if you have a question that you want to ask Rajal or Brian right now. This is NVIDIA right here. Let me know what's up right now. Y'all got like 2 minutes, to chat it in so I can see it and ask them before we get out of here. And while we're waiting for a question, you said all right, so somebody said NVIDIA is the best. So shout out to his name is Brother. So shout out to Brother. He said NVIDIA is the best. Somebody said, would y'all be willing to help out Google Stadia because they need a lot of help? So would y'all be willing to step in and help out Google Stadia on their platform, so that they can be able to be successful, or are they your competitor because you got GeForce Now? So I don't know. How does that work?
What we like to take on things that make good business sense for us. So if it made good business sense for us, it would certainly be something we would consider. Okay. All right, cool. There you go. And all right, that's about it, man. So look, God bless y'all once again. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? On that note, we about to break out. I just want to personally tell y'all that after experiencing DLSS 2.0, there is absolutely no going back. Period. It's over. The revolution has been experienced. Now, wherever we go to next, I'm just, excited for it. But as of right now, this is the first time I ever experienced something like this, and NVIDIA gave me that experience. So thank y'all. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
thank you for the support. It's to work with somebody who totally gets what we're trying to do. We fight an uphill battle a lot of times. Making that big turn is hard, and we get a lot of. And when you talk to somebody like you that gets it and understands the big picture of it,
absolutely,
it's fun. It reinvigorates us.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, I'm hyped. I can't wait to see what y'all got. But here's what I would say. I know E3 got canceled and stuff like that, but do y'all have any digital plans or digital versions of things that y'all was gonna do this year in person with people? Now that we can't do that, is there anything that we can look forward to from NVIDIA this year, like in the form of like some sort of digital conference where we'll get an update on what y'all got planned for this year? Or
we had our own conference that's actually going on right now. It's called GT. It's not focused on gaming. It's more focused on cars and stuff like that.
I saw that.
Do with the GPU, and we had to make a quick shift because that was supposed to be in March. And we had to make a quick shift, and we took that digital. So we're like we're learning as we go. It's different times. Things are different, and this is my first stream to do. Most of the time, I meet with you. It's in person.
Yeah, I know. This is crazy.
We're learning different ways to do it, but yeah, we're embrace the digital platform, having stuff working, and we're going to continue to churn out cool stuff, and we go as fast as we can. We try to push the technology bar really, really fast because we know it's hard for other people to keep up with us if we do that. So
I like that.
So we had to stop. We're not going to stop pushing. So
yo, you know what? I'm not sure if y'all watch battle rap or not, rap battles or anything. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you right now, like I love y'all confidence. You know what I'm saying? You come. It's like when LL Cool J came out with Mama Gonna Knock You Out, and y'all just like what? You know what I'm saying? I love that y'all have that energy, man. I love it.
We don't want to come off as cocky.
It is what it is, though.
Great. We just work really hard, and we're passionate about what we do. And we're successful, and we know, the harder we push, not everybody wants to push that hard.
Well, you got my vote, bro. That's it. So on that note, we out of here. So one love and God bless. It's the one and only hip hop gamer, Logitech G NBA 2K League on your Hot 97 every day. That's my word. God bless y'all. Peace.